everyone, welcome to another episode of Tetanus Shop. In this episode we're going to be working on the Case 530 backhoe diesel. We've got some hydraulic lines to replace, work on the fuel system, see if we can't get this thing running better than what it is. It's just kind of leaking and pouring everywhere. So guys, stay tuned, let's see what we can get done to this thing this evening. So we're going to go ahead and take you a walk around this thing. Bought this unit about a year ago, I think May made a year. It is a diesel flavor. Case 530 backhoe. One of the early units. I don't know if you noticed it or not. On the front, a lot of the later units had a big squared grill. This one's still early enough that it has the regular bonnet, much like all the other 30 series tractors and the grills. The grills are missing on this unit. Bought this thing, like I said, May made a year. Everything works. It does kind of what it's supposed to. It is what it is. It's early 60s model. The hoe and everything works. Sitting on the back part of my property, and whatever these are just absolutely overtook it. But the fuel line is leaking immensely. As you can see, the spot where it sets is just, it kind of comes out everywhere. So we need to get in here, and I got a new fuel filter that goes on that. I'm hoping that what's leaking is just a matter of the O-rings that goes on both sides of that fuel filter between the water separator and the filter base. If not, it might be this copper line that somebody made. But there's fuel just kind of everywhere. And the big thing we're going to do tonight is those two main hydraulic lines, the steel ones that runs down the loader boom. They are leaking, more than leaking, pouring out this upper unit. So what I'm thinking is we just go ahead and get them lines off and see if we can't go and get them made somewhere as a hydraulic hose rather than a steel line. Much rather have the steel lines, but finding a place that'll actually make those now are getting very slim to none. So I think if we can just get these off, it's just going to be a farm unit. It's not anything I'm going to do like major construction work with or anything of that nature. So I'm thinking if we just go ahead and get those lines off, taking them to the local equipment dealer and having them just make me up some rubber versions of them, and we'll just put them in the existing clamps that's there, and that should get us by and do what we need to do with it. A lot of what we're going to do is just clean up work, load and unload some stuff, do some work with the hoe in the creek, maybe try and tear down an old house trailer that's up on that property. So little things like that, and I don't think having rubber lines on it's going to hurt anything. I've done it in the past with other machines other than a backhoe, but it's worked well. So we're just going to go ahead and take them off and get them off tonight and take them to the dealer tomorrow and see if we can't get some hydraulic hoses made rather than the steel lines. So let's go ahead and get you guys set up, and we'll tear into this thing. Shouldn't need much more than a couple crescent wrenches. So we're just going to try that and see what we can do with this thing tonight. I'll go ahead and start with this top line and just try to break it loose here and see what we can do. Had to get the weeds trampled down out of the way first. So this is a steel line running across here, and then it goes down here. This one's going to the control valve. This one's going down. What these lines here are controlling are the loader bucket, and anytime you tilt that hydraulic bucket, it is just pouring a mess everywhere. So we're going to start up here at this end. Hopefully that's a little less messy. I don't know. It's probably just going to be a mess regardless. These on here. Oh, it's tightening. You guys didn't see that. Let's try this at another angle. Give it back. Let's see, no, wait a minute. No, that was loosening. Well, you wouldn't think on a oil line you'd have to spray it with blaster, but thinking that might be the way we have to go. Soak it down in some WD-40 or PB blaster. A little harder on that line than what I'd like. See if I can't get something put underneath here. So all I could find was this giant wood post block thing. Okay. Just need something for a little stability. Let's try that now. Oh, okay. That broke loose. Is it broke loose from the line? Nope. It's not broke loose from the line. Broke loose at the fitting, but not still on. Gonna have to get some PB blaster on that. Let's go ahead and see about breaking this next one loose. Then we'll go get some PB blaster. Oh, that one just, oh, like butter. That one just come off. Okay. So, can we? Yeah, we cannot. Okay. We'll get some PB blaster put on that. We'll go ahead and give it a shot of the old hackapookie. That's what my grandpa used to call it, hackapookie. Let that ride on there for a minute. Don't tell Jake. He left that in my truck, and I've been using it. If you don't tell him, I won't tell him. All right. See if that helped anything. Okay, that end's not breaking loose. Let's go on down to the other end and see if we can get that end break loose. If nothing else, we can just unscrew the whole line. We'll go ahead and spray these ones for good measure. This is the one that came apart really easy on the other one. See if it comes apart easy here. Yep, it broke loose. Let's see if it breaks loose from that line. Okay. Well, on to the next one. See what this one tells us. Oh, well, come on now. Can we just break loose now? Oh my gosh. I tell you what, wow. That one. That one's not coming apart so easy. Ouch. Okay, got it. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Now is it gonna break loose from the line now? Popped right out of the holder. Did it break? I don't know. It broke loose somewhere. Somewhere it broke loose. Okay. So the one that did break loose here at the line, we're going to go ahead and take it off. Spin it out. Since it broke loose, let this one go ahead and soak some more. This one coming right off, just freely. See how big of a mess I can make here. Shouldn't probably have too much in it with as bad a leak as this has got. My plan is that since this one broke loose, we go ahead and get it off here. Oh, there it goes. Get it off here, but then what we're going to do is try to spin the entire line down here. Okay, that's free. I'll take my wrench and see if I can loosen these clamp bolts just a little bit. Oh yeah, that was way loose. Awesome. Spin that right out. Loosen this one just a touch. Also loose. Perfect. This line will just spin right off. Yes. Okay, that's a mess. Okay, we got that mess cleaned up, got that line off and out of the way. Let's go ahead and see if we can get, I want to say that end's probably going to break free quicker. Get a pair of vice grips and put on the line, because we know we're not going to be able to reuse the line, so if it boogers up the outside a little bit, that's fine. We're not going to get rid of these, we're just going to put them on the shelf. I'm a hoarder, I know, I'm a hoarder. But we'll go ahead and hang on to these, but just going to get a pair of vice grips real quick, see if I can't get that broke loose to where that'll spin off, and then we can spin this whole line just as we did the other one. Alright. We'll put this on up close here. Hopefully that'll be just enough of what we need to get that to break free. Not tight enough. A little tighter. Ooh, okay. That's not coming off. I had a little torch, I could probably heat it, but I don't know where my little torch got off to. That is just not spinning free. Wow. Okay. Let's drop down to the other end and see if it'll what it tells us. See if we are any better here. No, it's just crushing the line. To do here. Might have to try to go find that little torch. Oh, there it comes. Okay. All right. There it goes. Awesome. Thank you very much. Yes. Beautiful. So guys, that's going to go ahead and do it for tonight. We're out of parts. So, not really so much we're out of time, we're out of daylight, but we're out of parts. We don't have the parts. So tomorrow, we're going to make a run to town and get us a couple hydraulic lines made up. I got to find that fuel filter. I don't know where that's at. So I'll probably spend the rest of the night looking for that fuel filter that I got for it, and so we can get the fuel system done. But guys, hang in there. We'll see you in the morning. Guys, welcome back to another night. And we did get our hydraulic hoses made. Got one of them just a hair bit longer that goes up on that one that kind of had to curve up. So we got one that's just a little bit longer, one's a little bit shorter. Same on both ends as far as the size goes. So let's go ahead and see if we can get those put on tonight. What you see is we went ahead and got the lines put on. They're tightened up. The clamp, we're gonna have to see something different. That's holding that one line okay, but getting both of the lines up in there was it wasn't happening. The bolts was a little too short. Needed a longer bolt. I don't know. We might try a longer bolt, see what that does. If that don't work, we'll have to try to figure something else out about a clamp. But anyway, these are hooked up. They're snug, and I want to make sure we go ahead and put the inside line, at least get it fastened up so it wouldn't be rubbing the hood. This one hanging out here to the side, I really don't like it out to the side. We're going to fix it, but if we had to have it in a pinch, we could go ahead and use it. But definitely see about getting these clamps fixed. So that does it for the hydraulic hoses that we replaced. And there's several more that needs redone. As you can see, it's just a greasy backhoe. I did see here that the one hose coming down to the control valve it's pretty split up. It's not leaking yet, but it only comes and runs down and changes right there. So we'll go ahead and pop it off at some point here soon, get it replaced on. Eventually like to have all of the lines replaced. Most of the ones on the backhoe has been replaced, so should be in pretty good shape there. We will definitely have to top off our reservoir. This is where the reservoir is on these. It's the whole the whole 15 gallons is what that holds. So we're going to get that, call that good for the hydraulics for tonight. And it don't look so good, but it works. The whole backhoe don't look so good, but it works. So next thing we're going to do is see if we can't tackle that fuel system. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll be working for a little longer. It took a little investigating, but I did find the fuel filter. And for anybody wondering, give you a second right there, be the part number for the fuel filter on an early 530 diesel backhoe. Got this from Little's Farm Supply. They're a case dealer that's somewhat local to me, and they are not a sponsor, but they are good friends of ours. And if you guys are looking for old case parts, I do believe they ship. So look up Little's Farm Supply, old case dealer. Anyway, fuel filter, as I was saying, it's a sandwich type filter. It's got rubber all along the top, goes up against the filter base. Then on the bottom, it is rubber here as well, where the fuel separator goes, or the water fuel separator goes on the bottom. So it go up like this, water separator, filter base. Getting you guys in here, it's going to be a trek. There's that drippy fuel line. You can see the filter base, water separator. So it should just be a bolt runs up through the bottom. And it's got fuel hanging on it right now. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can't get that off. Not sure how I'm going to set this up, but we're going to figure it out. So I fought and I fought and I fought with the water separator screw, thinking that was the bolt holding it in, and it wasn't. It just twists off. Whole separator bowl and filter and unit, whole 9 yards. So upon taking the fuel filter and the water separator off, yep, that's it. So the gasket is definitely not setting where it should on this. Water separator is full of silicone. Rubber definitely not setting where it should either. Oh, wow. Yeah, I definitely say that's our fuel leak issue. Oh, more of the silicone. Made in the USA. What kind of filter we got? Is it it's a NEPA. A NEPA filter. So it would be a great idea. Let me get this out of here if we can. One-handed. That didn't want to come off. Okay. Same filter. Yep. Look. It's what a... Hello. That's what a clean one looks like, guys. See that? 8 hours. Is it raining? Yep. Rain found us. Great. Let's see if we can get that thread on quick. I'm just going to go ahead and take a little brake clean and try to clean up that water separator. Glass bolt goes on the bottom. We wiped a bunch of the goo out of it. We need to clean up here around where the O-ring goes. There's also an O-ring goes down here in the bottom. So we'll just shoot it with a little brake clean, see if we can get that cleaned up. And then also the bolt that runs through that holds it all together, it's got a port in it where you can drain the water out, and it is plugged completely up. So we'll see if we can't get this come back around for us. Oh yeah, shot right out. Thing I'm tending to worry about here a little bit is what's the inside of that tank gonna look like. I know the gentleman that I bought the unit off of had it completely tore apart, and I was assuming that maybe the tank would have been cleaned or new fuel filter or something, but I don't know. Don't really seem to be. If you can see down in there very good or not. We did get that cleaned out. I didn't realize that was a straight through hole, but it sure is. Ah, very nice. Don't feel no chips in the glass, kind of nicks, none of that, so that's good. Don't want that around where the seal is going to be. Oh yeah, clean that right up. This way too, get everything nice and clean. We'll be able to see what we've got going on when we put it all back together. Like I say, hopefully the line is good. I don't see anything wrong with the fuel line coming off of it, so we're hoping that that's good. But the seals that sits around here and then on the top side of the filter was in very poor condition. Just about got it. Nice. That cleaned up real nice. Of course, it's glass. I mean, hopefully it cleans up real nice. But yeah, I'm really glad to see that there's no nicks. Sometimes guys changing these will, whoops, drop that and it'll chip the glass and then they don't seal right. And they just puke fuel everywhere. And I'm thinking that, like I said, I think the only thing that was going wrong with this one was just the rubber seal. Because that glass is very nice. Okay, let's go see if we can get these put on. Some call it brake cleaner. Others call it starting fluid. I call it hand cleaner. Spider killer. What's just the multi-purpose? What do you call it? Leave a comment down below. Everything but what it's called. Leave it down below. Anyway, got the sediment bowl put back together. Got that rod put back up in it. Cool little thing. It's got this little keeper, like a spring clip, that just shoves right down on there. I got the new O-ring put in. Up in there, you can't see, but it's in there. But it's got that little spring clip. Holds that all together. So then when you put your filter on, right up on. We're out of parts. Got the fuel filter put on, the water separator glass is put on, everything's on, snugged up, everything's in line, whereas before they was kind of, I think, causing it to leak. But anyway, we got that all put on, everything's cleaned up, ready to go. Only thing to keep us from starting this thing tonight is that little guy right there. That is the bleeder screw that goes into the water separator on the bottom where you can drain that and let the water out. They're plastic. I'm guessing this is original, early 1960s. The threads are all boogered up. I tried to straighten them. When the plastic threads are messed up, they're done. So the O-ring, which I lost the O-ring. It was all cracked up and busted anyway, so we knew it wasn't going to hold, it was going to leak. So in the morning we're going to call the parts dealership, see if they've got that little guy. If they do, then we'll be headed that way to get it. If not, we'll have to put it on order. So guys, that's going to do it for tonight. But stick around, let's go to town tomorrow and see if we can find one of these. So we went to town and got the part today. Just to get back home and realize that somewhere between here and the parts store, I lost it. But nevertheless, here they are now. It don't sound like my dog's too happy. So, old one, new one. Let's get it put on. Well, we're robbing Peter to save Paul. Backhoe's out of diesel. It's leaked it all out. I guess we'll rob it out of the 930 to put in the 530 to see if it's going to work. I don't know how many of you guys shop at Harbor Freight. These little power pumps are really, really nice if you got stuff for your siphon and stuff in between. It's got like a little thing on the bottom where you can't suck up trash, and pumps pretty fast. Well, the fuel filter's filling up with fuel. That's good. That's what we wanted. So far, so good. I don't see anything leaking. Everything looks to be tight. So maybe we fixed our leak. Let's fire it up and see what it does. Tight squeeze. That was harder than it should have been. I think you get some ether. Well, that was way better. Let's try again. hit the glow plug some more. This has always been a very hard starting machine. I was hoping maybe changing the fuel filter would help, but I'm sure that the filter being empty, there's no way to bleed it. It filled up, but I'm sure it's got air in the system. Lost battery. Alrighty. So it's a new night. We got the battery charged. See if we can make it run tonight. Let the glow plugs warm up a little bit because, you know, it's old and wore out. I think it's all the glow plugs it can get. And starter fluid. See. Okay. Again. That's empty. That took a lot of persuading, and by persuading, a half of a new can plus a quarter of another one. I don't know. But anyways, so what we're going to do is we're going to run the bucket and the loader up and down a couple times, see what kind of hydraulic line leaks we still got. I think after changing the fuel filter, it still smokes really bad. So one of the things I do want to do one of these days, pretty soon, I got some work to get done with it right now. The smoking ain't too big a deal, but I think I would like to go ahead and pull the engine down, put a new set of rings and bearings in it, have the valves ground on it, but also want to maybe have these injectors checked But I mean, as you can see, it's very snappy on the throttle response. Runs pretty smooth, considering. That definitely took care of the major part of our hydraulic leak. When you see me tilt that bucket back the first time, it was just water coming out of the top of the bucket. But I think for the hydraulic purposes, I think we pretty well got it licked for now. Definitely have some old hoses that we still have to replace on. But all in all, guys, I think we got us a worker. So guys, I guess we're just gonna let it run here for a little bit. Ties and goes. So guys, we appreciate you guys watching, and as we done some work here on the old backhoe, and I think we pretty well got it ready to work. So thank you guys once again for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, share the video, make sure you ring the notification bell so that way when a new video pops up you guys are right on it. And we appreciate all the ones who has subscribed and showed so much love toward the channel, and that really helps us out a ton. Remember, it don't cost anything for you to subscribe, but it does help us out a ton. So guys, once again, thank you very much. Have a blessed evening. God bless you.